24/7, 365. The fantasy season never dies. Welcome to Every Day is Draft Day. Presented by Champions Round.
Welcome to another episode of Hot Takes and Pancakes. My name is Dan Turner. Nope, it's Jason Gold that I'm hosting today. What is going on? Check out the new branding. Hit us up on the Hot Take hotline. Number is 310-564-7176 with all of your latest hot takes. I am joined by Jeff Haseley and Joey Mauriello. I always can't pronounce your last name. Mauriello? Mauriello.
Yep.
This is why I always avoid it. I'm just like, hey, it's Joey.
It's Joey. Hey, Joey, join us. Hey.
No way.
So we're here with another round of Hot Takes and Pancakes. We're going to go around the room with our spiciest takes for week 2. Going to kick us off, Joey. No Finn's takes today, but I know he's got some spicy ones for us. The king of the nukes. Bring it to us, baby.
I do, and this is gonna upset a lot of people. It upsets me to even be saying this because I'm such a big supporter of him. I do not think Saquon Barkley has another game in the NFL over 100 rushing yards this season. I think everyone is super high on this game that he had, but people really seem to forget that he is also injury prone. Along with he had an 80-yard rush and a 20-yard rush, and he finished with 164 yards. I mean, that right there is just – if you take away those two runs, he would have 64 yards of 16 carries. I think that's absolutely so mediocre, especially against the Titans defense, who is second to last in rushing defense last year. I think everyone is so excited to see Saquon doing good. Everyone wants to see him win. I love Saquon. I'm a big Saquon fan. But I think people are going to realize that it's just not going to be something that's going to be consistent.
I don't think we're allowed to show Steph that take.
I know.
Is the rant over? How many Tony Reale bops did you get on that one there?
I was going to really say do not show Steph this clip because I love Saquon. I am a Saquon fan, but I don't know. Nothing really seemed impressive.
So here's the thing. I waited till you were done because, that's just politeness, right? Last year I was all out on Saquon, right? That's the rule of thumb, right? Anyone coming off of an ACL, running back coming off an ACL and that next year, usually they do poorly. And Saquon did poorly, had some compensatory injuries as well. But that second year is where they start to come back. Yeah, we saw it with Dalvin Cook, right? The most recent one who really took off. And Saquon, man, I don't know. He showed me some wheels yesterday. I have a feeling that the old Saquon is coming back, and he's close to coming around that corner and looking the same. I throw water on this nuclear hot take. We'll put some milk on the habanero there, man. I'm not sure if I agree, but I know I don't agree. So I like your enthusiasm though, Joey.
Yeah, and another thing that also makes me believe this is the Giants have no offensive weapons. They clearly don't know how to utilize Tony. The receivers are just all around so below average. Daniel Jones sucks. There's no easier. I think he's terrible. I get he had a good week stat-wise, but watching him play, I don't think he is.
Wait till he plays Carolina. He'll come back.
Exactly. He'll know. So I think teams I think they're going to really try to utilize Saquon the most that they can. I think teams are going to really key in on it. I think Saquon will be a starter the whole year, obviously, but that's my hot take. He doesn't have another game over 100 rushing yards. I think he'll still be a weapon out of the backfield. But let's remember this. And I hate rooting bad about someone. I'm not rooting against him. I hope this isn't true, but that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think, Jason?
I'm kind of in the middle on this take. I don't think that Saquon will have more rushing yards than he did in week 1 the entire year. But 160-something is really difficult to put up. The offense averaged 6.8 yards per play, which was the third best in the NFL in week 1, only trailing the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's relatively impressive. My hesitancy with agreeing with Joey fully would be I really love Brian Daboll. I love the offense that he can design. The offensive line is much improved. You're right. I don't trust Daniel Jones either. I actually thought that he did not play well at all against the Titans. The pick in the end zone was one of the worst throws that I saw all week. He made Tua Tagovailoa look like Patrick Mahomes. So I have my concerns about that offense in general operating under Daniel Jones, and if he's not operating efficiently, then they're going to key in on the running game, and then Saquon, he's going to tank. So, and Joey's right. He came on 2 big plays. So the other rushes he had went for a total of 60 yards. He's not going to break those sort of big plays every game, despite the fact that that's kind of what he's known for. I would say that you're probably selling out the highest you're going to sell this season if you trade Saquon Barkley in fantasy. I'm not sure that I would go that far because there's only so many guys that can be the sort of stud that he could be. So generally, I don't hate the hot take. I would probably say this is the best version of Saquon you're going to get, but not having 100 rushing yards the rest of the season. Tough for me to buy into that. I do think this will be a really down week for him against the Carolina Panthers. Total set at 44. I like the Carolina Panthers a lot at plus 2.5. It's a great number, great overreaction spot to the Giants. I have this number power ranked at Giants -1. I think the Carolina bounces back in a big way and gets the W. Plus 110 on the money line to get the Panthers to win in New York. And Daniel Jones, for what it's worth, you always want to bet on Daniel Jones on the road as a dog. He's a lock. At home as a favorite, he's fucking terrible. So my advice to you would be to go get that bet on the Carolina Panthers right now while you can still get plus 2.5 in the market.
Agreed.
Look at that. See, we're learning. All right. Want me to go?
Yes.
All right. So I got a fantasy hot take, and it, Jason, I need your help because it involves a UCLA guy.
Ooh.
So Kyle Phillips is going to lead the Titans in receptions this year. All right. And 46, in week 1, he played in 46% of the team's offensive snaps. He had 6 catches, 66 yards on 9 targets. But the big thing is he had a 29% team target share. So if it's not him, who else could it be? Is it Treylon Burks? Is it Robert Woods? Is it a running back? Derrick Henry? No, that's not going to happen. Hilliard? No, I don't see that. Kyle Phillips will lead the team in receptions. Now, granted, this is a run-first team, so like how many receptions are we talking about here? I don't know, 65, 60, something like that. But that's my pick. And Jason, I got to hear it because you're my Pac-10 guy. Well, a Big Ten now. UCLA, what do you think of Kyle Phillips, the 5th rounder?
So I thought the Phillips was not utilized correctly by my guy Chip Kelly at UCLA, unfortunately. I do think that he could have some success in the NFL. I do think that this is apropos. This is a hot take and a super spicy one at that. I think that everybody's selling out a little early on Robert Woods. Remember, this guy's still coming back off of injury. I think that people that want to – I know that you guys talked about it yesterday on Down to the Wire about dropping him from your fantasy teams. I personally would not do that. I think it's way too early to sell on the Robert Woods experience.
I wouldn't either. But Dan says yes.
Yeah, no, Dan's a classic overreactor. Yeah, I mean, he also thinks that every game's going to go over, so I don't know if I can trust
that.
I think that he could have success. I think that he could be a viable fantasy player at some point this season. I don't think it's yet. I think that Burks is going to come on even more as the season goes along. He's going to be utilized way more. I would anticipate that Phillips is the 3rd wide receiver in that offense from not only a snap share but also a target share by the time we get to week 7 or week 8. But, while Woods is working his way back and while Burks is trying to figure it out, Ryan Tannehill clearly trusts Kyle Phillips. So if you need a spot starter in week 2 or someone to fill your bench, I don't hate him as someone to grab right now.
I like it. Joey, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I actually somewhat agree with you. I think he's going to be one of the most utilized guys in that offense. It's tough because it's week 1. He led them in receptions. He led them in yards. Right. And he led all the receivers in targets. So it makes you wonder, is this going to be a thing that's going to be every single week? And if it happens next week, I'm not sure who the Titans are playing, but it could be a seriously true take. I mean, Woods had one reception for 13 yards, and I get obviously that's going to happen sometimes, but I don't know. I like Phillips. I like seeing a rookie go out and lead the team the first week of the NFL. So I don't know. I think that's not that much of a spicy take. I like that.
All
right. I guess I'll move over to my hot take as Joey leaves the room. He needs a charger. Okay.
We're good.
I'm going to do a Thursday night football hot take / breakdown for us.
Oh, this is
okay. All right. Should we get the popcorn?
Not quite. I don't think it's going to be that spicy, but there's potentially a big bet in here. Kansas City Chiefs to win, money line. You can get this at -180. Take it. Justin Herbert, anytime touchdown in 3 or 4 games he's played against the Kansas City Chiefs, he's had a rushing touchdown. So give me that. You can get that around +400. Joshua Palmer, take all of his over props. I also think that he could be potentially a wide receiver 1 in this game. We saw that Herbert did not target Mike Williams very much in week 1. Keenan Allen's out. I don't think that DeAndre Carter's a real thing going forward. I think there's a big-time game for Joshua Palmer to step up. I think that he has 8 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown tomorrow night. And also take the under 55, 7-0 all-time on Thursday Night Football when a total has been this high. And the under has come in by an average of 13.8 points per game. So I would take the under 55 Chiefs money line, Herbert anytime touchdown, and Joshua Palmer over props. If you want to do a same-game parlay on all of those, I'm sure it pays out a bundle.
Ooh, that's hot. Wow. All right, so Jason, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Last week, the Chargers had 7 players with 4 targets, and nobody had more than 4.
Uh-huh.
I don't expect us to see that again, but how do you see that offense, I don't know, kind of working itself out? Do you see Palmer and Williams being the 2 top guys and Gerald Everett, those 3, and of course Eckler?
Yeah, I thought that a lot of it had to do with Keenan Allen coming out of the game when he did, right? Because he probably was on target for 8-9 targets during the course of the game. For now, I would expect kind of a 1A, 1B with Palmer and Williams, but I expect that Kansas City Chiefs don't want to get beat over the top with Williams, so they'll probably play a too high shell, which means that Palmer is more of the route runner type. I think that he'll end up in that Keenan Allen role, which should be successful against the Kansas City Chiefs. In general, I would expect Eckler to be more involved in the passing game. I thought that they overly utilized Joshua Kelly in week 1. They're going to be coming from behind in this game. I think I really like this Kansas City Chiefs team, especially after what I saw in week 1. I don't want to overreact to it too much, but it looks like that offense did not miss a step. And I thought the Chargers probably overplayed defensively against the Las Vegas Raiders, whose offensive line stinks. They got to the quarterback a ton. 5 sacks. Bosa and Mack were awesome. This Chiefs offensive line is like a top 5, top 6 unit. So I would expect Kansas City's offense to do some damage, and which means the Chargers are playing from behind, which means Joshua Palmer all day, baby. I think it's going to be a huge game for him.
Nice. Oh, by the way, ding, breaking news. We just found out that Keenan Allen is ruled out for Thursday night's game. So, yes, there you go.
Joey shaking his head. How many fantasy teams is he on, buddy?
I have, my hot take that leads me right into it. I am actually already on it. I think the Chiefs blow the Chargers out.
Remember, he doesn't like Herbert.
He doesn't like Herbert.
He doesn't like Herbert.
No bias. I think the Chiefs still show people that they're the Chiefs. They clearly did last week, but that was against the shitty Cardinals team. I think the Chiefs are still one of the best teams in the league. Herbert is going to have nobody. I think he's still going to throw for 400 yards because he's going to be playing behind, just airing it out. I think the Chiefs win by more than 14 points this game.
Huh. So what do you think the score is going to be?
36-10.
Dang, that's more than that's wow.
We like the under.
Yeah, it's 26 points.
I think Herbert gets exposed too really badly this game. Divisional game.
Exposed for what?
I think he gets exposed for being overrated. We'll see.
Oh shit! All right, that's definitely spicy. The Chargers only scored 10 points.
I think this game is going to be a clear Chiefs victory. Actually, I couldn't be more convinced. I have no doubt in my mind that the Chiefs are going to roll the Chargers this Thursday night.
Gotta like his conviction, huh?
I do like the conviction. He says it like he actually believes it, which is great.
No. This is hot takes aside. This is a lock. This is a lock.
That's more of a pancake, I'm thinking. But,
that was a pancake.
We'll play the game.
All right. What's the line for this? Chiefs -4. You know what that is? That's God coming up and just dropping a lock in your lap and saying, here's free money. Take it.
Am I supposed to bring out my prop machine again?
I might need it. Yeah,
we're gonna come back to this clip.
Flip it.
Where's your money gun?
You have a
Hold on.
He has a money gun somewhere in his kitchen.
Why do we never use that when you get bets right? That's literally you week 1. You could have.
Oh my God!
You could have been shooting for hours.
The money
gun. Throw some bills in that thing, man. Not now. Don't do it now.
I don't.
We'll
I have some cash next to me, but I'm not sure I want to flash that on camera. So.
Yes, of course he has cash next to him. Was that even a question?
My last name's Golden. You got to keep it close to you. Can't let other people touch my money.
I actually
I'm hiding it in shoe boxes.
I sent the live stream of this into the my Dolphins Twitter group chat, and they loved the Herbert slander. They love it.
Of course they did.
Of course they did. Joey, can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't draft him. I wouldn't draft him over.
No, that's not the question.
Okay.
The question is what an honest opinion, honest take on Tua Week 1 performance.
I don't get why everyone's overreacting. Here we go with the Dolphins again. Like, people are saying,
it has to get on every show. It's a requirement. It's in your contract.
Okay. My honest review is he played a good game, and he played pretty confident. The only thing he has to do is learn how to take a sack and stop throwing the ball at the ground when he is getting sacked. And all these overreacting of, like, the clip of him, like, obviously missing a throw, like it was an absolute dud. One, the ball was tipped. It was a misread. Whatever. I don't care. People see that and they jump on him. All big social media outlets, Barstool, all those, immediately hopping onto his back after that, as if they weren't pissed that he was slapping Bill Belichick in the face for the 4th straight time. He's 4-0 against Bill. When are people going to give him credit for that?
I think he just did.
It's crazy, man.
You know what? I've turned on to it. I think a lot of it has to do with Mike McDaniel, but I did not think that he played a particularly good game in Week 1. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
23 for 33, 200 yards, and a touchdown.
He had a great throw to Waddle. He was great at targeting Tyreek. We know that he throws a really accurate ball. I thought that he was kind of a space cadet in the pocket at times. I think he didn't evade pressure the way he should have. Stepping into the pocket, moving out of the pocket, I thought that he put himself in harm's way a lot more than he needed to. And I thought that his direction of the offense, look, it's Week 1 with Mike McDaniel, so there's obviously going to be some growing pains here. But I didn't think he operated the offense as efficiently as he should have. And I have some concerns going forward about his ability to operate this offense the way that it should be operated. I'm higher than I was, say, in May or June on Tua. I think that he can do a good job in this offense. I just have some concerns after what I saw at Week 1, specifically with him passing the ball.
Mike McDaniel, Coach of the Year odds. I got in on it. I put a lot on it at plus 2,000. What's it at right now? Plus 800.
Oh, it's like, is it 800 now?
That's a sharp play.
That's a sharp bet. That's a sharp bet, baby.
That money's growing right now as we speak.
Hey, what's that Kevin O'Connell number at? You got that in front of you?
I'll pop it up real quick. But why did you sprinkle that? But listen, my logic was
sprinkle.
All right.
It's a lot more than sprinkle, buddy.
it's make or break. You got the best receiver in the league. Why not touch Mike McDaniel, Coach of the Year? Like, why not? Why not?
Are you saying that I have the best wide receiver in the NFL? Because I do, Justin Jefferson.
Oh, the Fins.
Okay, I'll take Justin Jefferson over Tyreek Hill, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, you got to think about that one for a second.
Okay, who were you looking for? What coach?
Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota.
Oh, look who he's right next to, plus 800.
There we
Kevin
go.
O'Connell,
Okay.
Mike McDaniel, Brandon Stanley. Oh wait, I actually have a bet that you might like, Jason.
Ooh.
Plus 6,000. Cliff Kingsbury, Coach of the Year.
Oh my God, that's the least spicy take on this show ever. That's just like a poop emoji. A lot of poop emoji.
I have
cold as ice.
I have one more thing to add. You know who's in last place for Coach of the Year right now, based off odds? Belichick.
That not surprising at all.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's crazy. But all right.
What's Belichick for first coach fired?
First coach fired? Oh, I don't know if that's good. They're gonna have that on.
I don't even know if that's on the board or offered.
No,
it's not gonna happen. So I just think it was funny. All right, I guess Joey, you're kind of up, unless that was your hot take.
Yeah, I've been really going in today. This show got me sweating already. I not really a hot take, more of an observation, but yeah, I'll add a hot take in there too. I think the Seahawks are the second best team in their division. And I think that they're going to. I think they're going to finish the second. No. I know in the first right now. I think they will finish ahead of the 49ers and the Cardinals and potentially the Rams because they actually looked so sharp. Geno Smith looked so comfortable back there, and it's good to see. Obviously, he's one of the older QBs in the league. That guy's been through it. He was a Jet for a long time, and he comes into Seattle and wins his first game against Russell Wilson. I like Geno. I think the Seahawks make the playoffs this year.
That is a fucking nuclear take. And let me just say this to counteract that point. You want to know what my biggest bet this week is? San Francisco minus 9.5.
Yeah. Whoa.
And here's why.
That might be my biggest not bet this weekend. I might be so against you on that.
That's okay.
Are you strong enough to take him in Survivor, Jason?
It's already written in. I'm going to do San Francisco for sure. I'm between San Francisco and Denver, but Denver I have circled for week 7 against the Jets at home. The San Francisco spot is just perfect. I explained this on Gambling with Gold, episode 103. Shameless plug. I don't care. It's on YouTube right now with me and Steph Smalls previewing all of the week 2 bets. San Francisco, shitty loss, terrible conditions. We didn't learn anything because it was in a monsoon. Okay? They have 7 days to prepare. Seattle, emotional game, huge emotional game. They could not have got up for that game more. They won. They're traveling on the road, and they only have 6 days to prepare. Throw out what you want week 1. This is a complete overreaction. Think about what you would have thought coming into the season. The San Francisco team is going to absolutely dominate Seattle. I think that they win. And another thing, Seattle, if we watch that game, they should have lost by 14 points. They got so lucky at the goal line. They got 2 fumbles.
Oh, man.
And Nathaniel Hackett, that dumb fuck, all he's doing is trying to ruin the game with the worst coaching decision of the entire week and one of the worst I've ever seen. This is a perfect spot to bet on San Francisco. Just like Joey, who the hell wants to bet San Francisco right now? This fucking idiot. I'm all in. Give me San Francisco minus a half, minus 10. Don't bet above 10. It's going to go above 10. I can guarantee you it's going to go above 10. This number is going to end at 10.5 or 11. Go bet San Francisco right now.
I usually agree with you. Like when a team like that gets embarrassed when clearly they shouldn't be getting embarrassed by the Chicago Bears.
Hold on. Jason, can I ask you something? What about the naysayers who say, okay, well, there's no Elijah Mitchell and there's probably no George Kittle? What do you say about that?
Who the hell gives a shit about the San Francisco running backs? It's Shanahan's system.
2 catches for 14 yards, and Trey Lance is going 13 for 28 with 1 interception. The San Francisco 49ers are not elite.
Oh, I think that they are.
I don't think so. Especially
we're going to see this, man. I like that take. I'm not sure if that was your hot take, Jason, because you kind of piggybacked off of Joey's. But I like that. I like that a lot. And
so the thing about Elijah Mitchell is I think this will go for Miami also and a lot of these Shanahan teams. It does not matter who the running back is. It doesn't matter at all. It's all system-based. It's all about the offensive line. San Francisco's offensive line is still really elite. They have the best left tackle in football in Trent Williams. It's not close. Put Jeff Wilson back there. Put Davis Price back there. Put Jordan Mason back there. Put Marlon Mack out there. I don't care. They're going to get 5 yards of carry as long as it's not a goddamn monsoon. They'll be fine. This defense is going to absolutely dominate the Seahawks. I think that Geno Smith gets sacked 5 times. I think he has at least 2 interceptions. I would bet that San Francisco's defense and fantasy scores at least 15 points this week. Massive week for San Francisco. I would be surprised if Seattle scores more than 10 points in this game.
Whoa.
Joey's just like, no, I don't like it.
So that's your max play right there. That's
It's going to be one of them. It's going to be one of them, that's for sure.
I think you're falling into a Vegas trap.
A Vegas trap? I might have created this trap for myself. That's okay. I walk into traps by myself all the time.
Jason, you're also forgetting that Geno Smith just so happens to be the king of covering football games. He's 9-0 against the spread in his last 9 games. He's the goat of gambling.
All streaks got to end. All streaks got to end, baby.
Listen, they wrote him off, but
he ain't right back.
I ain't right back.
That's a fire line. Honestly, the thing that scares me most is that line was so fire that I think it might continue the entire season.
It is, but like that doesn't give you like a little nerves when you're betting them. Like he said, I'm feeling myself They wrote me off, but I ain't right back. I'll see you week 2.
Unfortunately for me, I have units to spare, and I feel really great about myself right now. So I'm going to continue believing what I believe.
Man, I want to be on your boat. I had a great Sunday, and then I ruined it Monday betting the over and the Broncos money line.
All right, Jeff, you got another hot take for us?
I do. Fantasy-related hot take. Guys, Javonte Williams had 21.8 PPR points in week 1 without scoring a touchdown. I think he's going to be a top 3 running back this year. And he had 12 targets, 11 receptions. Obviously, I don't see that necessarily continuing. But, I mean, if he can get five a game, that would be wonders for his ability to get production. And he's already in the top 10, didn't even score a touchdown, didn't even have 50 yards rushing yet. So, yeah, I like Javonte Williams. Forget this Melvin Gordon business. I do think there's going to be a little bit of a split there.
Melvin Gordon was great on Sunday night.
Williams is the one he's the one who's going to evolve into that role. I see that where he'll be the top guy. Give me Williams and top 3. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't buy it just because of the split. And I think that Melvin Gordon, I thought rushing the ball was really good on Monday night. I think they'll continue to hand him the rock. I just don't think he's going to get the sort of volume or snap share that you need to be a top 3 running back.
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?
We are going to find out. I don't hate the take. I don't agree with it.
Melvin Gordon was running unbelievable, and Javonte Williams was such a weapon that game. It almost like, would you say?
How did they lose?
Would you say that they are
because they fumbled 3 times.
Are they the best running back duo in the league?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think that Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams are. They both were running for 4 yards a carry. They both were getting receptions out of the backfield and making big plays. I don't know. I think that's something to look for. But Jeff, I do agree with you. I think that I do think it's gonna be like that all year. I mean, he looked so sharp running the ball and just getting quick dumps out of the backfield, and I think no one's gonna be able to stop him. So.
And here's the thing. I mentioned this before that Russell Wilson's never had a running back he had one running back go over 40 receptions on his team, and that was Fred Jackson back in 20 whatever. So for Williams to have 11 catches this past week in a Russell Wilson led offense, who knows? Maybe that was all Seattle's doing, and new regime.
I think that'll continue a little bit because you saw Russ's inability to escape the pocket the same way that he used to. So what he used to do is he'd escape that and his eyes would go way downfield and he'd chuck the ball deep. That's not going to happen as much anymore. I think that he'll be able to escape a little bit and then he's just looking for the first dump off and Javonte's right there. I actually think there's a overplay on Melvin Gordon receiving for the same reason, depending on the snap share. So I think Javonte is going to be, I think he finishes at RB1, probably low-end RB1 just based on, the amount of carries he's going to get. But I don't hate it. I'm very high on Javonte after week 1.
Yeah, what you just said about Russ's inability to escape the pocket like he used to, that was so obvious and noticeable too. It showed so much in that game. He was not able to run like even close to what he did in Seattle. So just watching that too, it makes you really say like he's probably going to be looking for the check down most of the times where he's in situations like those. And as you know, Russ, he hates getting rid of the ball. He'll look for the check down every single time. He
had 2 rushing yards.
And he wasn't looking to run either. I mean, I don't know how many carries it says that he had, but he never took off like once in that entire game.
And Wilson is known for taking off on first down and getting those yards when it's available. He didn't do that. He threw it to the running backs or the tight ends who were coming off. So their number of tight ends that they have, my goodness. That's interesting. 2 yards.
Let's see if I have another one on the board. All right, I have a question for you guys.
We got anything from the hot take hotline?
I love questions
that you want to share.
Let's see if I have any. I don't know if I have. One of them this morning was Melvin Gordon is a better runner than Javonte Williams. Williams is the better receiver. That was the entire hot take. Melvin Gordon's a better runner. Williams is a better receiver.
I like Williams more as a after contact rusher than I do Gordon. Gordon's still pretty good, and like Joey said, he's one of the best tandems in the league, if not the best. So I could see Gordon thriving on another team if it was just him solo, but I'd still like Williams and his ability to bounce off tackles. He's elusive for his size, and he also has good power. I'd argue he has more power than Gordon.
Another one that we got was Broncos will only win 5 games this season.
No, I can't agree with that.
That's spicy. That's 5 chili peppers right there.
Spicy, but their offense was all over the field. Russell threw for 340 yards. They had 2 absurd fumbles on the goal line, which were just a joke. They have 2 amazing running backs, and they have weapons at the receiving core. There's no way I can't agree with that hot take.
One weekend, do you think it's Judy or do you think it's Sutton as his top guy rest of the season? What do you think?
I said it on a reel this morning. I think it may be Judy.
I think Judy. I think
it's interesting.
He really didn't target Sutton until late in the game, too. So I think Judy. I think he realizes Judy is the most talented and going to be the most consistent receiver on that team.
Last one that we got on the Broncos game was Denver Broncos will finish last place in the AFC West, and Russell Wilson is a fraud.
Freedom of speech on the text line.
Yeah.
I don't know about fraud. I don't see that. I mean, he's the glue that's going to help Denver do what they can in that busy AFC West. I don't know. I don't see that.
All right. I want to close this out with one question here. This is on the Patriots-Steelers game. I want to get your opinion on – I don't know if you guys know what the line is, but you want to guess what the line is if you don't know?
Patriots-Steelers?
Patriots favored by 2 maybe?
I'm thinking Patriots minus –
And this is in Pittsburgh, right?
It's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Patriots minus 3.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was not what I was expecting to happen. It's New England minus 1.
Ooh.
I thought that line was very, very curious, and I thought it was fishy for the reason that I thought Pittsburgh would be favored at home over New England, especially after what we saw week 1. And I thought that because New England was favored, the books are trying to tell me something that I'm supposed to bet on New England in this game, which I will probably end up doing. Which is probably, it's a good overreaction to the Steelers to think, oh, they're back. Their defense is going to be really good. I think their defense will be really good, but that offense is going to be really trash. And the Patriots look so bad. I was expecting that there would be this overreaction to the Patriots being like, oh, they're terrible. Pittsburgh should be favored by 3 at home. The fact is Patriots minus 1. I think we're supposed to bet the Patriots this week, but it's interesting that you guys both thought the Patriots should be favored also.
No, if anything, I really would have said like even money, but I was just thinking like just because of the Pittsburgh game last week. But the Patriots went against the Dolphins defense, who, as we know, like they haven't beat them since 2020. They do struggle. The Dolphins defense puts Mac Jones in a box, respectfully. I think Mac Jones is a good quarterback. I think he's one of the better young quarterbacks. So I think it is a whole different game. And I think this is Vegas pretty much dangling last week's game in front of bettors' faces and saying, hey, man, look how bad the Patriots are. Look how bad they are against the Dolphins defense. You bet the Steelers, and then the Patriots become the Patriots again. So, yeah, I think this is a Vegas trap. I'll never bet on the Patriots, but, yeah, I would say the Patriots are probably going to win.
It's interesting. That was not
at the end of week 1, like my thought process was, okay, the needle is kind of pointing down on New England. The needle is kind of pointing up on Pittsburgh. And for this for you to come out and say that New England is a 1-point favorite in Pittsburgh, that's why we're talking about it.
Yeah, it's interesting. What do you think about the Steelers running back situation from a fantasy football perspective? Najee, I'm guessing, probably going to miss this game.
Yeah, I think he'll probably miss the next 2-3 games, maybe even 4 with that footless Frank type of injury. So Jaylen Warren seems to be the guy that is going to take over. And, there's not much else that they have that I feel strongly about. And, I mean, the offense, like you said, is also kind of a little bit of a concern overall. So I don't love the I don't love the offense, but I like the opportunity that Warren has because I think he's going to get a lot of volume in that offense, regardless if it's good or not. volume and opportunity usually equals good things when it comes to fantasy.
Joey, any thoughts?
I mean, I don't really have much on this simply because, Warren had 3 carries for 7 yards. I mean, it's going to be weird to see what they do without Najee because they've been relying on Najee pretty heavily past this game and last year. So I don't know. I honestly don't even know how that's going to change the game too. I think that's even more of a reason why you should take the Patriots, if anything. But I mean, their leading rusher last week was Claypool. So who knows? Maybe they'll throw him at H.
I think that what it makes me do is like the Mitch Trubisky over rushing props on Sunday.
I like that.
And Trubisky's yards per attempt was 5.1. So he's not really throwing the ball downfield that much. He's just kind of dumping it off.
Welcome to the Steelers offense.
Yeah.
Right? So, some concerns there. Heck, he had 38 pass attempts and had 194 total yards passing. So,
Freiermuth,
baby. Fire up the fryer. Yes.
Right. I think that does it for Hot Take Hotline, Hot Takes and Pancakes. We'll be back next Wednesday with more hot takes. But if you have your own, please send them to us, 310-564-7176. Also, go make sure to enter the Daily Dozen every day this week for your chance to win a Justin Jefferson jersey if you end up with the most points at the end of this week. And then for the rest of the month, you have a chance to win a Josh Allen signed Bills helmet. So why not jump in? Play with Champions Run today. $10 bonus. If you've never played with us before, use the code DailyDozen. Go 12 for 12 tonight. Enter for $12. Win $1,200. Nothing better than that, baby. Can't wait for week 2 to get kicked off. Tomorrow night, Kirk Herbstreit, Al Michaels, Chiefs, Chargers, Mahomes, Herbert. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Until next time, talk to you guys later.
See you guys.
See ya.